Hi there, Ezra Firestone here with my pal, my buddy or pal, James Schramko. James, how are you, man?
Good, thanks. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks. So I'm down here after FastWeb Formula 4 live event in Sydney, and one of the things that we talk a lot about in our mastermind groups, at our live events, on our blogs, is content marketing. Because these days, it doesn't matter what kind of a business you have, content will be a big part of it if you're doing it properly. And one of the things that we touched on at this event was content creation and syndication. And one of my favorite parts of a talk that you gave at the event was the bit on storytelling and how that's important when you're creating content. And look, we've covered content creation and syndication, and you guys know how to do that effectively. It's not very difficult to do. But now we're talking about how can you take the content that you are creating and kind of make it more unique and put more of your spin on it and have it resonate and connect with your community even better.
Yeah, I think learning about storytelling is a great way to get that. So the formula that I picked up from doing some basic research on this, and I'm sure you'll find many more storylines later, but the story is pretty much what happens to somebody, like the main protagonist, as they have a goal that they're chasing and they make their journey along that, and what is the result of that, and how does it make them feel, And there's some basic storylines that always go well, and that is that anything that can go wrong must go wrong. It really gives a lot more flavor to the story.
So when you're telling stories, it's good to think about what the goal is of that story. What is the person who you're telling the story about, if it's you, trying to achieve, and what happened to them along the way, and what could have gone wrong, and what did go. If something could have gone wrong, it's good to talk about.
And how did that make you feel as a result of that? And did you triumph in the end? Were you shattered and heartbroken? Just tell those emotions as you go through that journey.
And I think this comes back to, if we bring it into an e-commerce perspective, the thing that we talk about how the faceless e-commerce store is dying and you can no longer just list a bunch of products and expect to do well, that your community and your customers are interested in you. We're in a social economy and people want to know what your viewpoints are on whatever is happening in that community. So if you're willing to share what you actually think about what's going on, it'll be a lot more effective content than listing some features of a product or talking about something that doesn't include your opinion, because your opinion is what people want.
That's it. The people they buy emotionally, and if you can have an emotional connection, it's so powerful. It's so powerful and compelling. If you can cry, that's always good too.
Yeah, it is. So Ezra Firestone here, James Schramko, thank you for being on again, and we will talk to you soon.